風が立つぞ。ノックオン。今だ。撃て。裁きのイカ。
光り輝くがいい。遠くをたたえ。
燃えろ。みんながそばに。
ジェンダン発射。今だ。ロックオン。
くらえ。
逃げ道はありません。ここより弱滅の時。せっ。
Chasca is an Anemo main DPS, with most of her damage coming from her enhanced charged attack in her Night Soul state and her burst. If you didn't know yet, her burst is basically her enhanced charged attack with higher scaling. So how should you build her? Since Chasca is from Natlan, her best artifacts will be the 4-piece Obsidian Codex. This gives her 15% global damage bonus in her Night Soul state, and a lot of crit rate during and after her Night Soul mode. If you don't have a good enough stat yet with the Obsidian Codex, like me, you can use the 4-piece Doesnt. This set will make her swirl do more damage, along with reducing the resistance of the element she swirled. Her bullets won't do as much as with the 4-piece Obsidian, but she will be able to do plenty of damage through swirls. As an alternative, if you don't have any of those two, you can use the 4-piece Shimenawa to increase her charged attack damage. The downside is you won't be able to use your burst as much. It shouldn't be too big of a damage loss though, since her burst is just her stronger charged attack, and she doesn't rely on it as much as other characters, like Xiao for example. The stat you should be looking for is attack or elemental mastery on both Sands and Goblet. Then you want crit damage or crit rate on the circlet. But why attack Goblet? Well, since Chasca takes your party members' elements as her own damage, using an emo damage bonus Goblet might not be as optimal as using an attack Goblet. The substats you should look for are crits, attack percent, and elemental mastery, since she'll always be doing some swirls in her rotation. Now let's move on to her weapon options. Of course, her signature weapon, Astral Vulture's Crimson Plumage, will be her best option if you have it. But if you don't worry. There are plenty of other alternatives Chasca can use. Hunter's Path and the First Great Magic will be her second best options, both giving you around about the same damage. But if you have enough crit rate and are using 4-piece Obsidian, then the First Great Magic will be better because of the substat giving crit damage instead of the crit rate from Hunter's Path. Fortunately, Chasca's weapon banner came with the First Great Magic, so if you lost the 50-50, at least you still have her second best in slot. Aqua Simulacra can also be a great choice, with the amount of crit damage it gives, and the 20% damage increase from the passive. But this weapon will have way more value if used by Yelan, so only use it on Chasca if you're not currently using it on Yelan. Elegy of the End could also work. It gives Chasca and the whole team an attack increase and elemental mastery. The energy recharge might help you use your burst more often, which is still a plus. But if you're looking for a free-to-play friendly weapon, you should use the Chainbreaker. This is the craftable bow you can get from Natlan, giving attack percent for every party members with a different element than the wearer, and it gives elemental mastery if all of them meets that criteria. This will be the best 4-star bow for Chasca, with the Scion of Blazing Sun as a close second, along with the Prototype Crescent being the third. Let's not also forget about the new 4-star weapon Flower Wreathed Feathers. This weapon gives up to 36% charged attack damage on R1. But, like Scion of Blazing Sun, both of these weapons isn't very free-to-play friendly. Scion of Blazing Sun is a Battle Pass weapon, while Flower Wreathed Feathers can only be obtained from the weapon banner. Chasca needs a team with multiple elements from the 4 elements that can be swirled for her to do the most damage. A rainbow team with Hydro, Electro, and Pyro will generally be the best, triggering Electro Charge, Vaporize, and Overload multiple times. Her passive Bullet Trick gives her more damage with each different swirlable elements in the team, up to 65%. Each of those will also give Chasca a chance to convert her third bullet to a random element in your team, up to 100% with 3 different elements. This 3 different elements requirement is lowered to 2 elements if you have Chasca's C1. Generally, you can make most characters fit in her team, as long as you keep in mind of what Chasca needs for her passives. The best team I've found so far is with Raiden, Furina, and Bennett. Raiden and Furina are good off-field damage, while Bennett gives Chasca a flat attack buff. You can easily swap Raiden with Auroran since you'll be doing Electro Charge in this team, or you can swap her with Fischl or Kuki. Though Kuki and Fischl needs you to be a bit closer to the enemies. You can also swap Furina with other off-field Hydro like Kokomi or Ayato. Kokomi can be a great choice if you're not using Bennett or any other healer yet. You can use someone like Xingqiu or Yelan, but you might need to do a normal attack between charged attacks, which might make her harder to play. You can also swap out Bennett if you're already using him in another team. You can either use Dehya or Toma to replace him. They both offer some sort of sustain and some off-field damage. You can maybe use Yangling, but you're probably already using her in another team. But she's still a viable option.
絶対に足は引っ張らない。
With this team, my Chasca is currently using Chainbreaker and the 4-piece Viridescent. She performs pretty well even without using her best weapons or her best artifact set. Her kit honestly feels fresh in this game. Instead of being another Anemo damage DPS to power creep Xiao and Wanderer, she has a different approach as a DPS. She functions as both a swirl driver and being able to do mixed elements damage herself. Her gameplay actually feels pretty fun, and she is best paired with characters from different elements. Let's not forget one more thing. Her ability to fly with her skill makes her not just useful for exploration, but also fun. Anyways, that's all for this video. Tell me in the comment down below if there's anything I missed. See you in the next one.